Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's Adam Flowers here, March 9th, 2022, and it's Redness Day. Why is it Redness Day? Who even came up with Redness Day? That's crazy. It's Wednesday. What's this Redness Day thing? You're going to find out. So, welcome back. It's Mob Vlog. Don't go anywhere. Trust me, this one's going to be good. Oh, Red Wemette, how are you doing today?
Cold. It's 73 degrees here, and I'm used to 80.
I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. It's almost 70 degrees outside today here in Vegas, so it's quite nice.
That's good.
Looks like we got a whole lot of people popping in here today, and today's going to be a fantastic, fascinating subject. We have a little bit of Frank Collada's story about Paul Panczko. We have a little bit of a Red Wemette, an old story that he posted, I don't know, 7 years ago online. We're going to take a look at that, and we're going to talk about it. But I would love to say hello to you guys, which is what we always do. If you're new to this show, we talk nothing but Chicago outfit history and crime history in Chicago. So if you're into listening to that and you want to participate, we do this live every Wednesday, Redness Day, as we call it, which Luminous Grin actually came up with that he coined it. He's like, oh, Redness Day, right? And Luminous Grin, I mean, everybody's heard that name on this channel over and over. And you guys look in the side comments. That's where we communicate and talk. So Luminous Grin is actually here. What's up? No, guys, seriously, Luminous Grin was out here in Las Vegas, and I got to meet him the other day, and I want to introduce him to the channel. So everybody, the guy who coined Redness Day, Luminous Grin. Welcome back. It's Adam and Luminous Grin.
Hey, everybody.
Prescriber since like day one. And he just did the tour. What'd you think?
The tour's awesome. You guys got to do it. It's everything about casino that you wanted to see, and it's cool to see it all.
What'd you think about Frank on the tour?
Frank's great.
See? It's almost like bringing him back to life when we did the tour.
It is. It's cool.
Anyhow, guys, please come out here and do the tour when you get a chance.
Do it.
Luminous Grin thinks it's good. It's got to be good. Thanks, dude.
See ya.
See, thank you again, Luminous Grin. It's awesome when I get to meet you guys and you come out here to Vegas. I get a kick out of it. I'm bigger fans of you guys. I swear to you, I am. It's just too cool. James Guerrero, Brian Glade, Bill Mason. Again, if you guys are new here, just jump ahead 10 minutes or 8 minutes, and we'll be into the meat of what we're going to start talking about today. But everybody,
Philip?
Phil Dilberg. He's loving your book.
Thank you.
That's great, Red. Hey, anybody who likes your book is good. I liked it. It's pretty good. Dave Pritchett, Mike Alexander, Michael Wiggins, David Pritchett, Chain Weaver. It's good to see you guys. Frank Ferraro, Sean Pender, Eric Epstein's in the house. Scott H is around. Mike Alexander, David Grimpy, John O, Jim Magnifici, William Kirchmayer, Gompf, Cindy Workman. Hey, y'all. What's happening? I hope that you're doing well, Cindy. Tell Burf we said hello. Joe Clark, Eric Epstein, said Eric already. John Caligiros, Bobby Bag of Donuts. Where's Cody? There's Cody Stelly. Welcome aboard, Cody. Don Ciccio, Deep Porzalo, Catherine Guerrero. By the way, Don Ciccio, thank you for the message the other day. He's just calling me now and just leaving me a message as to how to say these names correctly. Wait till you're about to hear the name I'm going to butcher in a minute. You're going to love this. Kathy Jean, Northside Drive, Sunny Zarro. You're in Houston. Get back here to Vegas. We got to go to Windy City Beef. Trace, Bruce City 2, Northside, or Carmen Ventimiglia. Hey, Carmen. Nice to have you with us. Michaelino, Ferrara, Wake Up, Patrick O'Neill, Smooth Operator, Trace, all of you guys. It's just really good to Street Stories. George McNamara, Anthony DiMartini, Paul Brown, Joey Iupa. Everybody's here today. This is awesome. Slapsy, Maxi, Spirit of Justice, the Stigma Empath. Tell us about the Panczko Brothers. It's how it's how it's said. Panczko. Thank you. Panczko. Why didn't they just spell it that way? The Panczko. You see? The shirt stays. The pants go. You understand? That's what she said the other day. All right. Bill Crawley. Boca Raton in the house. Man, maybe you knew Lefty Rosenthal if you've been there for a while, Bill. Charles Cummer. Nice to see all of you guys. And don't, Cindy Workman, little tip, don't stay at the JW Marriott in Houston Galleria because they stole her coat. Damn them, Cindy. Damn them taking your coat. If I had some words to tell, I'm going to call over there. Matter of fact, everybody on the channel, go leave a nice message, little review at JW. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Jerry Atkins, Tomasino. It's good, Chino. It's good to see all you guys.
A lot of new names in the house. A lot of new names in the house.
A lot of I do see some new names. Oh, thank you. Ventimiglia. That's it. I'm so sorry I said the name improper, but Donticchio Di Porzalo. Thank you. Ventimiglia. I think it's gonna be a Ventimiglia. See, now it sounds right. Oh, thank you, Don. Said perfect. Thank you, Ventimiglia. All right, so, guys, Miji 42. It's good to see you. Yeah, this is
welcome.
Yeah, welcome everybody. So, guys, you ready to jump into this, Red?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's your show. I don't know where you're going with it, but go.
This is.
Thank you.
Now, Red's saying, Red, you guys just heard this. He said, it's your show. I'm just going to go where you want to go. Right. I'll show you guys the text message from 3 nights ago that Red said, this week we're talking about Peanuts Panczko. So whose show is this?
Well, you asked me. You said, who do you want to talk about? And I said, this one.
Hey, I say, like Scott H says, it's our show because everybody's going to take it every which way. We know that's what's going to happen. We know it before we even get started. So I want to quick thing. I'm able to say this, and I didn't get to say it last week, and I was asked to say it, and I forgot because we were talking to Gary, and I got so enthralled and enamored and enraptured with what we were talking about. Let's talk about Adam's suit. No, that's not what we're talking about. So I told you guys a long time ago, we're working on a screenplay. It's going to make some type of mini series, a movie, something. And I said, I started working. I got a notebook full of ideas. I started writing. Then I talked to Denny. I had Denny Griffin on the show. And I said, Denny, would you work on this with me? Yes, I'll work on it with you, Adam. And then Denny unfortunately passed away. And Frank's brother Joe has been, Adam, we're going to do this. Adam, we're going to do this. So he called me a few months ago. I haven't been able to talk about this till now, but I said a little bit about it. But anyway, there's another guy who's writing, and I got to read the first episode the other day. And it's good. All right. Like, it's really good. I've read screenplays. I've studied writing them. I'm telling you, this is good. And here's the really cool part. So, and Joe told me I could tell you guys this. So this is Joe telling you guys. So the other day, this Nicholas Pileggi was on the phone with Joe and said he's going to join the writing team and is going to work on this project. Out of his thank you to what Frank did for him with Casino, he feels that it's only right for him to work on this about Frank's life. So you believe that? Like, it's like the best freaking mob writer that just was like, yeah, we're gonna, let's do this. And call this guy and talk to him and tell him I sent you. I'm telling you guys,
I'm
something
gonna
good's
need some
about to
help, Adam.
happen.
I lost. I'm on banners here. I tried to click a message. How do I
Yeah.
see all the people talking?
Cindy Workman, oh my Lord. Thank you very much for that super sticker, dear. That is super cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. William Kirchmayer, the book that will never be written, Proper Name Pronunciations by Adam Flowers. That's correct. That book will never be written. And I have a book. It says Everything I Know About Women by Adam Flowers. You open it, every page is blank. I'm telling you. Yeah. So anyway, guys, just keep the good thoughts going. So you guys ready to jump into this or what? We're 10 minutes in. Let's get going. We're gonna show a little bit of Frank telling a story about Paul Peanuts Panczko, which he called him Peanuts Panczko. But when Frank said peanuts real fast, it didn't sound like peanuts. Okay, it sounded like he said, "Yeah, Peanuts Panczko." You know, Peanuts Panczko. Yeah, Peanuts. He was a pretty good guy at Peanuts. So everybody thought he was talking about a part of an anatomy on Mr. Whatever. But anyway, okay, cool. So here it is. Let's get going and let's start up this. Let's start up this story that Red did. I don't know what Red. This is. When did you put this up there? You put it up 2 years ago, but you said you filmed it long before then, right?
It was on Facebook, probably in 2017.
Okay. So, gotcha. So a while back is when
I added it to my bedtime stories.
Okay. And you knew Peanuts, right? Did you know the other Panczko brothers?
No, but I knew Paulie very well. Very well. I think it explains it in the video. It was a 3-minute video, something like that.
It is. If you just give me just a second, Red, because I'm pulling it up right now. I guess the tab that I had ready wasn't ready to share. I got a whole bunch of buttons in front of me here, so I'm
Watch you tell me that I didn't have you didn't have my permission to put it up.
Oh gosh. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna share the audio. You ready for this one?
Yep.
Here we go, guys. Check it out. This is Red telling the story.
You're 60 years old. You're going to die in here. I mean,
sorry. There we go.
Hi, folks. This is Red Wemette coming to you with another Red's bedtime story. And this one's kind of interesting. Doris Fisher was running an escort agency, and it was called Butterfly Enterprises. But at any rate, her soon-to-be husband, Paul Panczko, was in prison up in Sandstone. And I made a trip up there, and I convinced him to become a rat, so to speak. He said, "I was never a rat. I'm not going to be a rat." I said, "Hey, you're 60-some years old. You're going to die in here. I mean, you said it was a bad beef. You said that Dennis Farina went before the grand jury, and he lied about it. You were on parole, and they took they said you were carrying firearms. And you took a polygraph, you passed, but that doesn't make any difference. It wasn't under court. You violated parole. You were on a score." And so he flipped. And when he did, they released him to my custody. Jack O'Rourke was his agent at the time. And Jack was a mob squad guy. He knew what he was doing. So Peanuts had to do something. So what did he do? He gave up the Balmoral racetrack robbery. And Basil was involved in it, and a couple other guys that I didn't know, but Basil's name stuck out. And he had a wire on Basil. And after he wore the wire on Basil, it went to Lenny Patrick, and then it went to Gussie Alex. It just snowballed and got bigger and bigger and bigger. And finally, he went into witness protection. But when he was out, he worked at Chicago's Old Town Italian Beef. He worked downstairs by me. And he was a very good person. He really was. He was I don't know. He was determined that he wasn't going to go back to prison. He didn't want to die in there. But that's my story. I wrote a lot about it. I don't know if I covered that area or not, but I think I wrote something about it in my book. Nobody cares.
Pretty interesting, Red. Sorry, I had to, yeah. What was the Balmoral robbery?
Him and a couple other guys went into the Balmoral racetrack on the south side of Chicago, and they tried to rob it, and it foiled. It didn't happen. But, you know, he had to give somebody up. He was almost 70 years old, and I think he was 68 when he was 69 when I saw him. But after he got out, and he was in witness protection program, he came down by me in Florida. And I don't know if he used an assumed name or whatever, but we got him started in his own business. I bankrolled him and Doris and the St. Pete Bagel Shop in St. Petersburg. And they used to stop by my house all the time. It was like the only contact we had with anybody that he knew afterwards.
So if you guys saw in the thumbnail, that's Paul Peanuts on the left, the far left. The middle is Pops. And on the right is Butch Panczko. And here that was years ago. That had to have been, when was that? In the 50s, maybe?
I would say that's 1964.
Okay. Here is Paul in 1985. He had a job as a cabbie, Paul Peanuts Panczko.
Yeah, he worked as a cab driver.
And I guess Pops started getting a little old. There's Pops again in the middle. And here he is 30 years later in 1989. So Pops.
Paul always said Pops was insane.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's watch another clip here. And this is going to be Frank Collada. And he told a short story about Peanuts. We're going to go to that and play that. Give you guys this clip.
Oh, Peanuts is score.
No, I don't.
Just a second to cue this up so that I have the right setting here. I had it all queued up before the show, and then I had to move Windows over. So, so here, let me right.
Oh, Peanuts, Pam.
Okay, here we go, and share.
Yeah, that was the Panczko family. You had Pops, he was a crook. You had Peanuts. You had another guy too. I don't know his name. Yeah, I know Peanuts well. I stole with Peanuts. I didn't steal with Pops. He'd steal anything, Pops. Anything that was screwed down, unscrewed, he'd do anything. So Peanuts, the same thing. I call Peanuts a desperation thief. You know what a desperation thing is? When he can't, no other way of making money. He was a gambling degenerate to start with. He would pull the most ridiculous robberies you could think of. He loved to crash windows and steal the jewelry out. Broad daylight, fur giants. And he used guys. He was too fat to run up and break a window, so he always had guys with him. One of the guys he used, his name was a Polak. His name was Jerry Thomasek. And he used Joe Dalgino. I can't even think of his damn name now. Dalgeno. And he used a lot of guys. He even used me, okay? But everybody wanted to work with Peanuts. It was the fame. And do you want to know one of the biggest scores I went on with Peanuts?
Yeah, please.
We pulled a Brinks truck robbery in Norwich. I believe it was Norwich. The last stop of the day, the truck went to a rectory where the priests live. And they would pick up, I guess, the weekly receipts that they took from the church. So Peanuts followed it and laid on it. And the only reason why he filled me in on the score is because I didn't live too far from there. I live in the Franklin Park. And when you pull a robbery like that, you got to get out of the area real quick. So he filled me in. I guess they needed me, and that's the only reason why, for the drop. So he told me about it. He said he had a money truck. And I thought, what do you mean a money truck? He's a Brinks truck. He said, are you in for it? You know, you live over here. Yeah, I'll do it. How much is there? He said, $500,000. That's a lot of money in cash. No jewelry. You know you're going to get $500,000. He says, here's how we do it. And we listen. He says, we're going to have 2 cars. He says, Jerry's going to be in one. He's going to be sitting in there with a high-powered. The whole thing was that we had to stick up these 3 priests in a rectory. Now, I'm going to hold you off on that. I'll get back to the story towards the end of the video. If you want to watch it, hang around. If not, hit the road.
That's right. We left a cliffhanger in that thing, didn't we? We left a cliffhanger in that.
And they start taking all the money out. Now, we had the back seat out of that car. It was a Ford. And they loaded the trunk and the back seat, all loaded with bags of money from the truck. They didn't know if they were getting bags of checks, bags of cash, or what. But anyway, they were all pretty well stuffed.
Yeah, that's right. We had a what do you call it, Red? Cliffhanger we left in there so that
Yeah, he told part of the story and then told more, and then at the end of the video, he told more of the story.
Yeah, exactly. That was done intentionally because we wanted to keep people sticking around. Let's listen to the rest of it.
In there with the guy tied up in there. Proceeded with that truck with Peanuts following it with the money car to my house. And we had another car there, as I said, Jerry Thomasek. Went to my house, drove it in the garage. Everybody went down in my basement, got everything ready. Peanuts didn't come in the house for a while. Joe D'Argento said, where's Peanuts? I say he's still in the garage. He says he's watching the money. He's fuck that. He's that guy will steal a bag of money. I said, what do we steal with him for if you got to worry about him? He said, you got to watch everybody, Frank. Again. I don't know about Peanuts. So he went outside and he brought Peanuts in. And then I went outside and checked all around the garage. He didn't take anything. And then we started to count the money. And it took a lot of hours. I'd say it took maybe 6-7 hours. Now, we were in the basement. My mother had no idea what was going on down there. My kid brother was too young. I don't know, maybe 16. And all the change we threw in a trash can. Not a big one, a trash can about that big. Who wanted the change? I wound up giving the change to my brother. Kid, but all this loose change, he put it in piggy banks and sold it through the week to the banks. We counted the money, come out to $366,000, close to it. Now, nobody wanted to take the money home with them. I had a stash. I had a hidden wall in my basement, specially made, not for this robbery. So even the cops couldn't detect it. You could detect when there's a hollow wall. I had this done correctly. And we put the shopping bags of money in there. There were shopping bags. But then there was 2 extra bags. And I said, what's these 2 extra bags for? He says, Snuffy and Buffy. I said, who the fuck is Snuffy and Buffy? He says, 2 guys. They work for the South Side guys. He says, Willie Potatoes and them. They get 20%. I shook my head. Here we go again. 20%. So that 2 shopping bags for each one of their bosses. They left their money. Snuffy and Buffy. But I swear to God, I don't remember their names. That's the names they used. They picked up the bags the following day, I believe it was, and he's out there. Why do we didn't take the bags out of there? Well, the neighbor was swamped with police after that robbery. It was a big robbery. Brink's truck, the priest. So the next day they took it out of there. And within 3-4 days, they all went down, come by me and picked up a bag a day till they all had their money. And nobody got arrested or it went smooth. I think it was maybe 6 years later, I'm not quite sure. One of the guys, 3 of the guys ran a robbery in a Sears store. They were taking the money, and one of the employees went to fight with one of them, and he shot him. And I think they killed him. They didn't want to. And he got fingered. And I'm not sure if it was Joe D'Argento or Mike LeJoy. It was a long time ago. They rolled. They didn't want to get charged with murder. And the cops made a deal with them, and they give up the Brink's truck and everybody else. I did go to court on that. because I had 300 charges pending at the time. So I copped out like everybody else. What was it going to give me? I cop out, you get less time. So I got 6 years with that. And I don't know what happened to the other one. A couple of the guys went to the witness protection program. I don't know. Peanuts got a little time. Everybody got a little time. And that's the end of that score with Peanuts.
All right, guys. So there's that little flashback of Frank for you. Gene Ledesma, if do I have to tour schedules if I go to Vegas this summer? Can I just pop up in the tour and buy a ticket that day? It is best to schedule in advance, Gene. Go to VegasSpecialtyTours.com. I got it rolling at the bottom of the screen, and you can either go to there or call the number, but be sure to use the code MobVlog, and that'll get you 20% off. Makes it less than $100 a ticket. So I can't make it any easier than that. And yeah, and schedule it in advance. Make sure that you're on a day where there's other people, so that definitely, we get you on the tour. So everybody, I'm reading the comments in the side here, and it's a lot of fun stuff here. Spirit of Justice is a stigma empath. Peanut sounds like something else in that Chicago accent. That's what I said. It doesn't sound like he's saying peanuts, okay? But he's saying peanuts, so it sounds like peanuts. And, you say it real fast, you just, it sounds really more like penis. So Penis Panczko. And Penis Panczko is, is his name. Peanuts Panczko got his name because in the early 40s and early 70s, this little mom and pop shop sold elephant peanuts. This guy would eat these every day when robbing. They were 5 cents for a white stapled bag.
A good size one.
Michaelino Ferreira, thank you. Yeah, I remember like what they sold at the circus, a little bag of peanuts and they able to staple on the top of it. And yeah, they did popcorn that way too at little festivals and carnivals and all that. Yeah,
he was always cracking peanuts in his hand.
So this guy just ate peanuts like crazy, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's popping them in his mouth all the time.
Wow. That's pretty it's pretty interesting. Sean Pender, Balmoral. Were you talking about Balmoral and Crete? Yeah, that's not where it is, Crete.
That's the place. Yeah,
it is. Balmoral Racetrack, Dixie Highway in Crete. Balmoral Race. Thanks, TC. Appreciate you. This Pete Byron, is that Red's twin brother, that first clip? You lost a lot of weight since then.
Yeah, I have.
So that was his fat twin brother.
I think Adam, he told me about the keto diet.
I'm doing keto right now. I'm telling you what, another 5 pounds and I'm going to make a good before picture. Oh my gosh, Red. What ethnicity were the Panczko brothers? They were Polish. Yeah, Polish. They were Polish. Panczko. Yeah. Panczko. Yeah, it's Panczko. What year did all these guys die? This is probably in the late 80s.
No, Paulie made it way into the 90s.
Really?
Pops died. I think in 1989, but Peanuts didn't die till much later.
Oh, okay.
He was alive in 2008, 2009. I talked to him.
So, Joey Ayupa, those brothers are the most Polish-looking dudes ever.
They were.
Scott H, are beef sandwiches in a keto diet? Yes, they are. You can't eat the bread, man. And you can't have, but the beef, you can eat that all. I can eat a stack of Euro meat, man, all day long. You just can't have any of those pita breads. It's the same deal. I can eat tacos without a shell. You just have to eat in a romaine lettuce, which I'm already down 12 pounds in the last 2 weeks. So I'm losing some weight now, which is good. Okay, so you guys are getting really political in the side comments here. And I don't know, Red and I are going to have to start a political channel just so you guys can vent over there on that channel. You know what I mean? Seriously, because wow, man, one little thing in the background of a video and people are like, oh, so yeah, relax, everyone. Minguch Pagion, Minguch Pagion. I know it's not page 1. I'm positive it's not page 1. It's Pagion, right?
Right. I think.
Don Chichio's going to chime in
think.
a minute.
I think.
So why were they called, Red? Why did they call them the or why did they call themselves the Polish Robin Hoods or the Robin Hoods of Chicago? I mean, what did they steal from the rich and give to the poor, or what's the deal?
I think it's, yeah, they did, but they were desperation thieves. They started during the Depression when there was really bad, you know. And one of the most famous things was they stole a vegetable truck, and the police were chasing them. And Pops got in the back of the vegetable truck, and he started throwing the fruit out to people as he was going along. By the time they stopped him, there wasn't anything but the truck. I mean, he just wrote to everybody.
Get rid of the evidence. Get rid of all.
Yeah, it was landing on the police cars and everything else. You know?
The brothers' heists were legend. They stole 12,000 electric razors from an Oak Park warehouse. 12,000 electric razors?
Yeah.
Peanuts robbed a Florida jewelry shop, attempting to flee in a motorboat with $1.75 million worth of diamonds, rubies, and emeralds.
That was a score they did in Palm Beach. He went in the boat, and the boat broke down when they're trying to get to shore.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. They were in Palm Beach, but they landed in Fort Lauderdale. You know, the police were waiting for them.
Oh, my gosh. And it broke down. It's not like ran out of gas. It broke down.
None of them know anything about engines. They didn't know anything about boats. They stole the boat to go to the island, and they decided to escape that way.
Jesus. Butch got caught trying to redeem 6,254 stolen trading stamps in a department store. And even the Teflon brother, he was fined $1 for the caper, arrested for a tavern brawl. Oh my gosh. Butch and the patron he was wrestling with told the judge that they weren't fighting, they were dancing a waltz. We weren't fighting, we were dancing a waltz, and then we were rolling around on the floor doing the waltz, you know, and
somebody made a
his head
comment
went through the glass window while we were dancing.
Somebody made a comment up here earlier. I can't find it. I was just looking for it. But actually, John DeFranzio was part of the Panczko crew when he was a young man. John
DeFranzio, huh? I'm skimming a Wall.
It's way up
Chicago
there.
Tribune article. I'm just looking to see if I see that. Pop. It says. Let me go back. I want to read some of the beginning stuff that these guys did. Chicago's Polish Robin Hoods, the Panczko Brothers. Newspaper editors long indulged Chicagoans' fascinations with the bad guy anti-heroes like Al Capone and John Dillinger. Yet few got as much ink as the Panczko Brothers, the self-styled Polish Robin Hoods. Pops, Joseph, Edward, Butch, and Paul, Peanuts, were a trio of burglars, adept at picking locks, popping car trunks, and getting charges dropped and trials postponed. From the 40s to the 80s, they generated headlines like Panczko tries to buy his way out of a jam, 1958. Once again, Pops Panczko beats the rap, 1959. And Butch Panczko arrests hit 78. 78 arrests and that was in 1960. The Chicago Crime Commission calculated that Pops got 119 continuances on felony charges in a 21/2 year period. It sounds like it's his attorney, Oscar Goodman. What's going on over here? Seriously, that's a lot of. In fact, all the brothers spent time behind the bars. Peanuts served 26 years. Pops was sent to prison 12 times. When they were all scheduled to be released virtually simultaneously. The Tribune headline, the story was, "Lock all doors. Here come the Panczko boys." Are you shitting me?
Yeah, no.
Hey, Dave Pritchett. Dave Pritchett, thanks for joining our channel, guy. Go down in the bottom there, and you can now have access to members only content. You can go watch Frank Collada renew Cindy Workman and her husband Berth's vows there in Tony Spilantro's front row. It's pretty cool. Check that out. In fact, let's see here. Butch was in the clinker for only 10 days, suggesting he had the most adroit lawyers. That's another 20-cent word. Adroit. Adroit. I just have to. I'm sorry, I have to. Because if I don't know, I need to know. Expert of or nimble in the use of hands or body, cleverly skillful, resourceful, or ingenious.
They were.
Okay. You're the most clever lawyer. That makes sense. The mountain of pilfered goods they piled up was all the more remarkable considering those court-ordered timeouts. Summing up his career in 1986, Pops told a hushed courtroom, quote, "All my life I stole. That's what I do." The brothers' heists were legion. Yeah, the 12,000 electric razors, all of that. And even the Teflon brother, the son of the Polish immigrants lived on the northwest side. Pops was the oldest brother. Came to his trade helping his parents make ends meet during the Great Depression. As an 11-year-old, he stole chickens at the Fulton Street Market and peddled them to hard-pressed neighbors for $3 for $1. Over the years, those childhood adventures ripened into the Chicago legend of the Polish Robin Hoods. This is interesting. This is fascinating, guys. You guys finding this fascinating? Because I've never actually looked into these guys until now. It's just really crazy.
Bill Mason.
Red's going to tell us DeFranzio worked for Panczko, and that'll probably be it. It was printed in DeFranzo's obituary. First time I ever heard of it. And yet you actually said that a minute ago, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. They're on air, right? I know you said it. I don't know if it was before we were on air or not, though.
Well, Paulie told me about it, and he saw it in the paper, evidently.
Okay.
On the
these guys, what's this? Michelino Ferreira. These guys were were one of the best burglars in the world. Peanuts love diamonds. They're easy to hide, and you can imagine all the diamonds these guys, especially Pops, they lived a very nice life. Did they?
No, they did not. Peanuts did, but he specialized. The others were just, as Paulie would say, thieves, teats. They were thieves. And he just, Peanuts specialized in jewels, diamonds. He loved diamonds. So they didn't specialize. Pops would steal anything if it wasn't glued down. He'd take your spare tire out of your car when he's 70 years old. He didn't care. That's the way he was. If it wasn't glued down, he'd take it. But Peanuts was the only specialist. And he did 26 years in the cumulative years over the years.
Yeah.
But I think the most famous robbery he ever did was in Nashville, Tennessee. He told me all about it. And what they did was they buried all the loot in the town square in front of a statue of Andrew Jackson. And they left. They came back a couple weeks later, and they were sneaking in to get the jewelry that they got from this hotel. It was jewelry salesman convention that was there. And when he got it, they were digging it up and everything. All of a sudden, the lights went on. There were cops there. They brought him in. There was a setup. They were waiting for him. So he goes in, and he said the jury, this is what he told me. He said the jury, as soon as they walked out the door, they walked right back in and said guilty. And so he says, there I was picking cotton on the work farm. And he said, I used to get beat with a razor strap unless I picked 100 pounds a day. And he said, after I was there a while, he said, some of the guys used to throw stones in there or whatever. They threw extra cotton in there, so it weighed out at 100 pounds a day for me. So he made friends while he was in prison.
Oh, geez. Huh.
He got beat up a few times. He got beat up in Marion. He sued the BOP in Marion. He was deaf in one ear because he got slapped upside the head by his assistant warden. And his sister, what they called her sis, she went in and they did something where they got his time cut short or something like that because he really got beat up bad.
By the guards.
The warden.
Yeah, that's
the
what
warden,
I mean.
in the warden's office, yeah.
Not like he got jumped in the yard or something. This was done by the guards.
The warden.
No, the warden, the head of the guard.
Yeah. The guards just sat there and watched while the warden slapped him around.
Right, yeah. Oh, it's crazy. U.S. District Judge Brian Duff didn't buy into it. He scoffed at the notions that Pops was some sort of Robin Hood character when sentencing him in 1986 to 4 years for stealing $250,000 worth of gems from a jewelry salesman's car. Still, if the judge disdained Pops, the brothers were neighborhood celebrities. In 1957, a detective spotted Pops at Ricky's, a delicatessen at the Vision in California. When the cop tried arresting him, Pops responded with a shove to the chest. Butch happened upon the scene and joined in the fray. Customers and waitresses rooted for the bad guys and jeered the detectives. The waitresses tried to free Pop's arm from the grip of the cop, who told a Tribune reporter, "I barely restrained myself from taking out my pistol and clouting her with it." Years later, Peanuts married another waitress who worked at Ricky's, explaining that she sent him salamis while he was doing time in Tennessee. After her, he took a fourth wife, telling the Tribune, quote, "She doesn't want anything from me. She just wants me out of crime."
That was Doris.
Puzzled by Pops.
Doris.
He bemoans his arrests, but seems eager to boast about them. A judge ordered a psychiatric examination. The shrink pronounced Pops, quote, "sociopathic personality, not amendable to treatment." Pops did exhibit wild emotional swings. Escorted into one courtroom, he lightheartedly told the bailiff, quote, if I see a coat in here that you like, let me know and I'll steal it for you. Do you believe walking into a courtroom saying that to the bailiff?
Yeah, Pops was really off the wall.
Convicted of for burglary, he left the court morbidly thinking he'd die in prison. Quote, "You'll see me again at my wake," he called out to a relative. The years were increasingly unkind to Pops. He was constantly tailed by the police and booked on the slimiest of evidence. It was said that one name every cop could spell was Panczko, Panczko. Once Pops was picked up because his car was parked in front of a jeweler's convention. Another cop found a ring of auto ignition keys in Pops's pocket. At the time, he didn't have a car or a driver's license.
I don't think he ever did have a driver's license.
That's just good. Quote, "The cops are driving me goofy, tailing me so I can't make a living." Pops complained to John O'Brien and Edward Bauman, Tribune crime reporters who chronicled the Panczko brothers. Pops' family went south. Butch died in 1978. Peanuts flipped in testifying in 1986 against Michael Carlis, an accomplice of his, and Pops in a jewelry robbery in South Bend. Yes. Pops also became a prosecution witness explaining Carlis had denied him a fair shot of the loot. Quote, "If he had given me the right cut, I wouldn't be here today." Pops said on the witness stand. Are you listening to this?
Yeah. It's all true.
Peanuts disappeared into the federal government witness protection program. Pops was sentenced to 4 years. Carlis got a suspended sentence despite the 2 previous convictions. Pops emerged from prison in 1989, not so much determined as compelled to be an honest man. Quote, "I'm over with crime," he told O'Brien and Bauman. "I'm getting too old. My feet hurt." End quote. Pops died in 2002, suffered a final indignity. He was living with his sister in 2000 when robbers posing as gas company workers conned their way into the home. A nephew chased them out, and police theorized that Pops was targeted as being old and infirm. Quote, when it comes, what goes around comes around, said Sergeant Richard Rybicki. There is a God.
Rebecca did say that.
That's unbelievable. Luminous Grin, yes, I agree. I think that a movie that'd be a cool story. I mean, these guys sound like a crazy life.
He was trying to get a movie with Michael Mann, but he had to testify in all these trials. He watched Thief with me. He watched the movie Thief with me, and he was trying to get a movie. He went on Jenny Jones, and he was talking. She was in Indiana at the time, and he was. I can't find that clip. I used to have it on VHS, Adam. It's a long time ago. But Pops was in the witness protection program. That was Peanuts, and his last wife was Doris Fisher, which is Dolly, and she owned Butterfly Enterprises.
Wow. Very, very cool.
And when he was driving that cab, he was driving escorts around at night.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
Yeah.
So he's like kind of like a pimp cab driver.
You got it.
Oh man, that's crazy. That is so crazy. Guys, if you're in here, hit the like button. All right, smash it. I see a bunch of people in here. Hit the like button. I'd like to see those numbers go up. Push the YouTube algorithm.
Yes.
A couple of David Grimpy. Quick question here, guys. We're at open forum. Did Tony's wife Nancy put diamonds in her hair to travel like they showed in the movie?
No.
No. I wonder where the idea from that came from.
I don't know.
So, so guys, you're asking earlier about Jim Magnifici. Those three brothers sound like the Three Stooges.
We used to say that.
I used to Three Stooges of crime, right?
Where's the other two of the Three Stooges when he'd come by? And he'd laugh. And I have to say this, Adam, he was the most colorful guy I met as a thief.
Really?
I mean, he had stories for days, and he sat around. He had a toothpick that was made out of stainless steel. He used to wear it to get to prison, whatever. But he had that thing. He used to pick his teeth with stainless steel all the time, and he had more stories to tell me. He told me thousands of them. But he wanted a movie. And they had a script and everything else, and I don't know. He had to go to court too many after Basil, and then it went into Lenny Patrick and whatever. It got crazy where he had to testify.
Sorry, guys. Somebody did ask, though, about Basil, and was that Willie Massino's son? And I believe the answer is yes.
Duke Basil.
Not Pete. Duke Basil. Different Basil, guys. So whoever
Duke
asked that in the side comments, no. The answer is no. That was Duke Basil. Okay, so you guys, we're gonna take a few more comments here, but I wanted to tell you the Vegas Mob tour is open. If you guys come to town, Luminous Grin just took the tour. You didn't see, you guys tuned in late. Go back to the beginning 5 minutes, and you'll see Luminous Grin talk about the tour and being on it. But about
show the other testimonial.
about 3 months ago, I was sitting at the Tuscany. That's where our tour starts and finishes. And I was sitting with a friend having a cigar. And across the way outside, this very tall girl stands up and is looking at me from across the room and starts walking straight towards me. And is like, "You're the mob vlog guy." You know, I'm like, "Yeah." You know, first, I've never been sitting out. Somebody's like, "Hey, you're the," you know, okay. So she came over, started talking. My buddy Kevin and I are having a cigar.
And you said she knows me.
Well, she did. She said that she knew you from back in Chicago. She's from Blue Island, but she grew up and I believe was in the Marines, and then fathered a couple of, at least a kid. I don't know how many. And then was in the Hells Angels biker game. The club, Hells Angels club. And it's part of that. And so fathered a couple of kids, Marine, Hell's Angel, and now is Misty. And Misty came over and literally talked to my buddy Kevin and I for like an hour that night. Seriously. And Misty was super cool. And I said, Misty, you got to come back. You got to do the tour. I mean, you're from, back in Chicago. You can't not do the tour. So Misty did the tour the other day, brought her nice friend from Sweden. Sweden, right? Isn't that where everybody carries a gun? Sweden?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And that's where they like went this whole like time without wearing face coverings. Sweden, right? That's what she was super nice too. Anyway, Misty did the tour the other day, and I showed you guys Luminous Grin right here. Welcome back. It's Adam. And Luminous Grin. That was Luminous Grin. And this is Misty. And Misty said to me after I asked her, could you do this testimonial? And she said, sure. And afterwards she said, I'm sorry, I had to embarrass you. Misty, I am not at all embarrassed. Because if I was, I wouldn't be playing this right now on the channel. Everybody, Misty. Welcome back to Mob Vlog. Adam Flowers here, and this is Misty.
a.k.a. the Mysticutioner.
The Mysticutioner, who happens to be one of Mob Vlog's biggest fans. And today, got to do the Vegas Mob Tour, and is a huge fan. So, Misty, what'd you think?
Oh, it was great. I mean, being from Chicago, this was like fucking authentic. It was amazing. Awesome. Mwah.
Thank you very much. There you have it, guys. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Have a great day. Y'all better do the tour when you come out here to Vegas. Is all I got to say to you guys. Okay? Scott H. put Misty on. I just did. There you go. Oh, man. I'm telling you, I love this business. I love entertaining the people I get to meet. I love it. It's a lot of fun. Hey, Old Barn Shop from Iowa. Good to see you. It is open question, guys. So if
A lot of people on Facebook want to know if you're going to have Frank Calabrese Jr. on your show.
Luminous Grin, you could have kissed me. Come on. I love you guys are awesome. Oh, Jesus. So, Don Chichillo, Adam, the things you do for us. Yes, exactly.
That Chichillo, it does
adorable. See, Cindy's with me. So we're going to do an after party, guys. We already have it lined up over there on Red's channel. And the last few weeks we've been hanging out, talking about whatever, talking about whatever we're going to talk about. You play Miss T for me. Oh, that's funny, Keith. That's very funny.
Play Misty for me, the movie.
Yeah, I play Misty. Play Misty. Joe Clark, Misty looks cool. Old Barn Shop. I told you Misty was a Marine, a father, and a member of the Hells Angels. So there you go.
I don't know where he knows me from. I don't know if he knows me from Riding with the Outlaws or if he knows me from. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe from your bookstore. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Honest to God. Tedford Patriot. Misty's a mister. Well, whatever. But I'll tell you what. She's super cool. And Jack Napier. Adam blushed. Well, I can't help it. Cindy Workman, did you say Frank Calabrese is in Vegas, guys? Maybe you have some questions because, and I'm going to throw this out there now. But yes, Frank Calabrese Jr. came to town last week, and he and I met up at the Pepper Mill, and we sat down in the lounge, and we started talking some ideas, and it was a great afternoon, and I had a wonderful time with Frank Calabrese Jr., and he gave me a copy of his book to read. I sat up last night, Red. I started reading it. I don't want to say I couldn't go to sleep, so I sat there to read this book because I'm not saying it would put me to sleep. I'm just reading helps you tire your eyes out. Anyway, I started reading it, hoping that I'd fall asleep, after an hour of reading. 3 hours, man. I'm sitting there at 3 a.m. I'm still reading the book. And it's a good book. It's an interesting story. Everybody has their own stories and sees things their point of view. But the truth of the matter is that I talked to Frank and said to him, you got a lot of books and there might be people that want to autograph, signed copy from you. Maybe people haven't heard your story or want to hear some more of it. And again, everybody has their version of a story, right? There's his version, there's their version, and then there's the truth right in the middle somewhere. or it leans one way more or less than the other way. Anyway, I'm not the one to judge or decide any of that. I think that you guys are the audience. You guys are the participants. You're the prescribers. So not this next Monday, but the following Monday, I'm going to have Frank Calabrese on live. Frank Calabrese Jr. I'm going to do a live feed. So if you guys mark that on your calendar, I don't know what time yet. It's going to be midday, somewhere between 2 and 4 in Chicago. And you guys can bring your questions because Frank has done some videos. I've seen him out there. I've watched a few of them, but nothing live. So if you guys want to participate, this will be your opportunity. Okay. And if, hey, you know what? You never know. I mean, we did do a MobCon a long time ago, back in 14 or 12. I say we, the Mob Tour company. Robert Allen was the producer at the time, and he produced 2 of those. That's what Frank wanted to do before Frank passed, and I said, no, let's do a YouTube channel. Let's get to the people instead of trying to get the people to hear. It's much easier to reach out because look, we're talking all around the world right now. So anyway, so stick around, guys. Red, you want to go do this after party, buddy?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. It's 3 now. So we're going to wrap this. You guys jump on over to.
It's scheduled for 10 minutes from now.
It's
actually more than 10 minutes. It's scheduled at 4:10 in Chicago time.
Perfect. So that gives you guys a couple of minutes. Go refill your coffees. Okay. Go take a little bathroom break if you need it, and then jump back in. Go to Red Wemette. Search Red Wemette on YouTube if you don't already subscribe to his channel. If you do subscribe and you've hit the bell, you got a notification that's sitting there, and it'll show it to you. If you don't, type in Red Wemette, go to it, guys. Also go to VegasSpecialtyTours.com, book your tickets for the Mob Tour, and use promo code MobVlog. You're gonna get 20% off on the tickets. Makes it less than $100 a person. Okay, for the it's the greatest deal. And if you really want to have fun, we have another deal. You can't use the Mob Vlog discount. You got to pay full price, but it's already discounted like 30%. You could do the Mob Tour, then you have a 3-course dinner, all inclusive, and then VIP seating for the Rat Pack is Back show. And if you guys are politically incorrect like me, you're going to love that show because it's settings in the 60s. And these guys didn't know what was good or bad or indifferent. So it's a lot of fun. It's like going back in time. And that's $200 a person, which normally is $260 if you bought it individually. So guys, with all that, what's that?
I wish I had done that one when I was out there. I did the other 3 with you.
Well, on your next trip out here, we'll go to that show. We'll go to a couple of shows. Next time you come out here, we should go to do some more shows. Just go hang out shows. Yeah. Be fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, of course. Hit the like button before you get out of here, guys. We're going to see you next week. Redness Day. Hey, Luminous Grin, thanks again for coining the word Redness Day. That's
Thank you, Luminous. Thank you, Luminous Grin. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you guys all. It's been a great time, and we'll see you next week. And in a few minutes, if you want to join us over on Red's channel, come on over, and we'll see you there. So, Red, thank you, sir. And all of you,